Winnie, where are you right now? Did you go out to buy that equipment Mr. Parker asked you to get earlier?
Hi, Nora. Yes, I did. I went out a couple of hours ago. I'm just on my way back to the office now, actually.
I see. Well, be a darling and pick me up some new lipstick on the way back, won't you? Wait, did I need some foundation too? I'm not sure. I was running low. Oh, yeah. I really like the look of the Channel perfume. They've been running adverts for on TV lately. Be an absolute sweetie and pick up a bottle, okay? Apparently, it's good for sleep. I've been reading all sorts of fascinating articles on sleep perfumes lately. Everyone's doing it.
Excuse me? Wait, can we just clear something up first? Are these company supplies? Surely we don't need any of this stuff for the office, do we?
What are you talking about? Of course we do. Haven't you heard? I'm going on a business trip to one of our branch offices tomorrow. Oh, dear sweetie, where have you been? It's the talk of the office. I need them to take with me. So be an absolute doll and go shopping with me, won't you? Thanks.
Listen, Nora. Something tells me I'm not gonna be able to claim for any of this stuff on company expenses.
To be completely honest with you, there is a chance you won't. But there's a chance you will, so enough with the questions. Just buy them, okay? Once I'm back from my business trip, I'll fill out the form to claim the money back on expenses. Just get them for the time being, okay? We can iron all these minor details when I'm back.
No way! These aren't minor details. Just hold on a second. You're asking me to pay for something with my own money that there's a good chance you won't be able to get back on the company expenses, and I can't do that. In actual fact, we haven't gotten back a single cent from anything I bought you, ever! All of your expense claim applications get rejected. I wouldn't necessarily mind that if you actually paid me back yourself, but you don't, do you? You never do. My money may as well be disappearing into a black hole with you. Not only that, but the stuff you asked me to buy isn't exactly cheap, is it?
Take a chill pill, sweetie. My husband is the CEO, you know that. All I have to do is say the word, and he'll see to it that we get everything back on company dime. But hey, even if we don't, is it really that important? I don't see what the big deal is.
How can you not see what the big deal is about making me buy you all your makeup and accessories with my own money all the time? Are you for real right now? You will pay me back, won't you? Ever since I joined this company 5 years ago, I haven't seen a single cent of the money I spent on favors for you. Just this one time, honey, you say, I'll pay you back later, you say, and you never do.
Oh, Winnie, my dear, why do you have to be so petty? It's hardly like you're breaking the bank, is it? You should be grateful for the opportunity to show some gratitude for all the things that I've done for you over the years.
That's not something that you force people to do. If I want to show you your gratitude, I'll do it on my own terms. And you've got some nerve to try and downplay the amount. It might not seem like much each time, but it adds up. You've been doing this for 5 years now, you know? You will give me all the money back, won't you? You do plan on doing what you promised, right?
You can be so annoying sometimes. Enough of this petulant whining. Just go and buy me the things I asked for. If you dare answer me back one more time, I'll have you fired. My husband is the CEO. The CEO! Do you hear me? Do you even understand who you're messing with here? You do not want to be in my bad books. I promise you that, little missy.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
If you understand the gravity of the situation, I suggest you buy me my things immediately. Off you go now, my subservient little lipstick slave. I have too much on my plate to be worrying about the likes of you right now. I have a business trip to prepare for after work. You do not want to make someone as important as me wait. Hurry up and get back to the office with my things ASAP.
You can rush me all you like. I'm not even anywhere near the store yet.
If you're not back at the office within the next 3 seconds, I'll triple today's workload as a punishment. 1, 2... Oh, what a shame. There goes the rest of your day.
What the heck? Are you a child? Wait, when you say triple my workload, you mean you're gonna palm your work off onto me, don't you? Why must
Sound. If you don't want to lose your job, I suggest you start obeying me and stop giving me back chat, young lady. You're my slave. Make sure you never forget that. You better not slack off while I'm away on my business trip either. I'll know if you do. I have eyes and ears everywhere at this company. Do your job properly, slave girl. Damn it, Winnie! Where the hell are you? You get your ass back to this office right now!
Oh, hi Nora. Welcome back. How did the business trip go?
Forget that. What the hell do you think you're playing at? It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who made a huge mess of my desk and locker! You took my personal belongings home with you, didn't you? Don't bother denying it. I know. You will pay dearly for this unless you get back to the office immediately and give me a good explanation for why my desk and locker are in such a sorry state. I'll tell my husband if you don't. I swear I'll do it.
I mean, you can ask me to come back to the office if you like, but it won't get you anywhere. I resigned yesterday.
Huh? Wait, say what now?
Said I left the company yesterday while you were away on your business trip.
You've resigned? Why would you do such a thing?
Do you remember who said, if you don't like it here, you're free to resign whenever you like? Oh yeah, I seem to remember it being you. You threatened to have me fired by tattletaling on me for a load of made-up nonsense to your husband if I didn't obey you. I had no intention of doing what you said, so I just left before you could have me fired. Ugh, I was so sick of your tyranny. I asked myself, is this job really worth it? And no matter which way I looked at it, the answer was no. I'm using up the rest of my paid holidays now, so I will never go back into the office again. Thanks for everything, Nora. It's been real memorable. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, no, you don't. I will not excuse you. We are not finished here, young lady. You took my things from my desk and locker, didn't you? Give them back!
Wrong. Everything I took home from the office belonged to me. As for your desk and locker, the only things I took from them were the beauty and fashion accessories you forced me to buy with my own money, that you never paid me a cent back on. In short, my property. You see, I've been making a real long list over these last 5 years of all the items you had me buy you. I took everything I could home with me on the day of my resignation. You're not confused about anything here, are you? You do understand that any and all of the items I paid for are my property, don't you?
No, this isn't how this works. I'm the one who asked you to buy them. You bought them from me, and they're mine. Give them back, you low-life thief. One word from my husband about this, and you'll be in court for stealing company equipment.
That's where you're wrong. The only thief here is you. You stole everything because it was me who paid for it. You've got some nerve to claim any of it as your own. Do I look like a charity? I'm not exaggerating when I say you are the most selfish person I've ever met.
What are you talking about? Those things were in my desk. And my locker. How could they not be mine?
Because I was lending you them temporarily. Oh, I know borrowing your locker space like that for all this time was a little cheeky of me. I am so terribly sorry. But oh well, no use crying over spilt milk, right? Now, if you'll excuse me.
No, you will wait, young lady. This is not a conversation you get to end when you feel like it. Quit trying to justify stealing from me with your far-fetched arguments and twisted logic. Stop making me repeat myself and just give me back the stuff you stole already. I'll have my husband take you to court if you don't.
How many times do I have to tell you that they were never yours to begin with? I mean, I guess I don't necessarily mind giving you them back. It's not like I have any use for any of this stuff. However, there is one teeny tiny little condition if I do give you it. I'll be sending you a bill for $10,758. That should just about cover all the money I've spent on you during these last 5 years of forced servitude.
What? $10,758? Why? Surely there's no way it costs that much. The stuff on my desk and locker can't have amounted to anything more than a single plastic bag.
Oh dear, what are you talking about, Nora? Did I not just save the money for everything I spent on you during these last 5 years? That's how much money you forced me to spend since you became my boss.
What? Is it seriously that much? That can't be! There's just no way!
I was surprised too. But when you actually think about it, it's not that hard to believe. The makeup you forced me to buy, the dinners you forced me to accompany you on and pay for. When I got all my old records and receipts together, added it all up, and realized I'd hit the 10K mark, my eyeballs almost popped out of their sockets.
But still, $10,758?
Don't worry, I don't mind if you can't pay. That just means I get to keep everything I bought. Feel free to take me to court if you think you can win. You might want to consider that decision very carefully, though, because I have mountains of evidence for the unpaid debt you owe me.
Evidence? What evidence?
I have receipts for everything, not to mention our entire chat history, which includes your voice messages. Silly old me, actually believing you'd pay me back one day. Kept hold of receipts for every purchase, thinking I'd make it easier for you when you finally decided to pay me back. But you know what? Something tells me you have no intention of paying up, so I'm just gonna send you the bill now.
You'd really demand I pay for things from that long ago? Can't we just let bygones be bygones? This is ancient history, for crying out loud! You coward! You tyrant!
That's funny. It seems more to me like the one who palms off her work onto her subordinates and forces them to buy her fashion accessories, makeups, dinners, refuses to pay a single cent of it back, and uses her husband's position of authority at the company as a tool to treat people as her personal slaves, is the only cowardly tyrant here.
Whatever! There's still no way I can afford to pay $10,758. Not all on my own.
Don't worry, I have the perfect idea. Just ask your husband to pay for it. You seem to love bragging about your super powerful CEO husband so much that I'm surprised you didn't think of it yourself. Anyway, I'll be putting together the invoice and bringing it over to your place real soon, sweetie.
What? No! I can't ask my husband. I just can't. He'll get mad at me if he finds out I owe that much money.
I think you'll be lucky if it stops at him just getting angry. It'd be a shame if he decided to take more drastic measures, don't you think? Oh, yeah, all this talk of your husband reminds me. But for some reason, among the mountains of documents you forced me to complete at the office over the years, there were some photos of you.
Photos of me?
I think you might have mixed up some of your private photos with your work files. But you wouldn't believe what they were of. There were tons of photos of you with some young, muscle-bound hunk. Looked like you were in some kind of private swimming pool under the moonlit sky. Ah, so romantic. Looks like you had a blast. With you in your bikini, him in his shorts, with you and your hand on his huge, muscled chest.
Wait, no!
You know what the weirdest thing is? The date on the photos is the same day as you went on your business trip. And the photo location is listed as a hotel close to the company branch you visited. Weren't you supposed to be there for work? I wonder what you could have possibly been doing letting loose in the pool like that with Mr. Hunk. But the biggest question here is, what's your husband going to think? That young guy in the photos definitely doesn't look like the CEO. Oh no, it couldn't be. Are you two? What's wrong, Nora? Cat got your tongue?
No, wait. You've got this all wrong. Those photos had nothing to do with my work files or the business trip. I must have put them in there by mistake. Those are my private photos, and you have no right to them. Give them back at once.
Okay, if you insist. Here's what I'll do. When I come over and give you the invoice for the $10,758 you owe me, I'll hand the photos over to your husband.
Oh, please, you can't do that. Anything but that. Stop this at once.
Stop this at once? Is that an order? A request? I really can't tell. Here's the thing. You're not my boss anymore, so I don't think I have to listen to a word you say. If that was an order, I think you know where you can stick it.
It was a request. I'm begging you. Please, don't give my husband those photos. I'm seriously begging you here. If he sees them, he'll divorce me. If it's money you want, I'll pay anything. Please stop this.
Oh, so you're begging me, huh? Hey, Nora, do you remember? Do you remember that time I asked you to stop bullying me and treating me like your personal slave? What was that you said again? Go on, remind me.
I'm not sure I remember.
Well, you're way past the age where you can beg for things to get your way. You're not in elementary school anymore. Sometimes you just can't get your way, no matter how much you don't like it. That's just the world we live in, sweetie, and you do better to accept that sooner rather than later. I'll be dropping by your place tomorrow. See ya! The next day, as promised, I made my way to Nora's house with her fashion and makeup accessories and the invoice for the money she owed me. In one last desperate attempt, she tried to snatch the bag off of me while she thought I wasn't paying attention. But I didn't let my guard down for a second, and after eluding her sudden lunge with a well-timed dodge, handed over the evidence of Nora's reign of terror and the invoice to her husband. He was mortified, and after recovering from the shock of finding out what had been going on, he apologized profusely to me and promised to make his wife pay every last cent of what she owed. Next, after finding out about the affair and how his wife had been using his position at the company as a shield to abuse her subordinates, he demanded a divorce and a hefty sum in compensation. When news of all this reached the office, Nora's other victims finally felt emboldened enough to speak out about the campaign of abuse she'd subjected them to. After being taken to court, she received a disciplinary discharge from the company. In one devastating swoop, she lost her job, her savings, and even her home. She returned in hopeless desperation to her parents' house, a shadow of her former self. I wonder what she thought would happen. I immediately found work at another company after my resignation, and I'm currently working as hard as I can, surrounded by the greatest bunch of colleagues and boss I could ever hope for. It'd be great if I had a boyfriend too, but I guess I'll have to wait a little longer on that one.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, are you holed up in your room again? Mom is upset because she says all you do is stay in your room and you won't even eat dinner with her.
What are you talking about? Mom doesn't even make enough food for me and gets mad when I use the kitchen. So I have no choice but to get takeout all the time. It would be weird if we ate together. Wait, did you come home?
Yeah, I figured I should drop by sometimes, and it's a long weekend.
What do you mean sometimes? You were just here 2 weeks ago.
Why do you care how often I come by?
Well, yeah, but
Now I'm just chilling in my room.
you're messaging me from the next room?
I don't want to get up and go to your room. But anyways, it's all your fault.
What are you talking about?
Just listen. I went to a good college and got into a good company.
Yeah, and?
I'm one of the best employees there, and my bosses love me.
Okay, that's good.
But you
Me?
only graduated from vocational school.
So, what does it matter? I found what I wanted to do. I went to school so I could get good at it.
That's not the problem.
Huh?
Now you don't even work.
What?
All you do is stay in your room all day and leech off of mom and dad. Just hurry up and get a job already. What I mean is, you need to get out of this house. Graduating from vocational school doesn't mean anything if you can't contribute to society.
Wait, I told you before, right? I work from home,
You're a freelancer or whatever, right?
so you do know.
But the world isn't that easy.
What are you talking about?
You're not like me. I mean, I'm amazing at everything I do. But Hannah, you don't achieve anything you set out to do. You're not gonna make it doing freelance.
Well, I know that it's not something everyone can succeed at doing, but I'm getting enough work as I am right now. That's why I went to vocational school, so I can hone my skills.
Wait, you decided to go to vocational school so you could become a deadbeat? You're so funny!
Okay, so you say you're a genius, but you're not making any sense.
What?
I mean, you don't even know what kind of school I went to, do you?
My brain doesn't need any additional unnecessary information. You don't think we're in the same playing field, do you?
Unnecessary, huh? I wonder what part of it is unnecessary.
Whatever. You can only stay high and mighty for now.
For now?
You'll get it soon.
Few hours later.
Hannah, I have to talk to you.
What?
You need to get out of this house by the end of the week.
What? Are you saying that I need to move out?
Yeah.
Why so suddenly?
Sean decided to move back in, so I need your room to be empty.
Huh? What are you talking about? Even if Sean comes back, he has his own room. Why do you need my room?
Do you know what teleworking is?
Of course.
Sean's company has started teleworking, so he's thinking of moving back here, but he wants to have his room and his workspace to be separate, so he needs a workroom.
Okay, so you're saying I need to leave.
Yes. I think this is a good opportunity for you, too.
Why?
Do I have to spell it out for you? All you do is stay in your room all day on your computer.
I told you I'm working.
Sean told me. You only work part-time, right?
No, I work freelance.
It's all the same. It's not like you're even making much money anyway.
Actually, I am. Don't you remember? I've shown you how much I have saved.
Sean says you can create fake information online.
So you're saying you're believing what Sean says rather than what you saw yourself?
Well, of course, he's successful. He has actual work experience. I can trust him a lot more than you.
What are you talking about?
Anyways, you need to be out by the end of this week. Sean's telecommuting starts next week, so I have to get a workspace ready for him.
Fine, but I'm gonna check one more time. You're really okay with me moving out?
That's what I said. You're not allowed to come back until you have a proper job. Understand?
A few days later.
Hey, Hannah. Have you moved out yet?
Yeah, the moving truck with all my stuff in it has already left. I'm on the train, heading to my new place now.
Sounds good. So starting tomorrow, your room is now my room. Next time you come home, you can stay on the couch or something.
By the way, your stuff came today.
Yeah, I had it scheduled to be delivered today.
That's fine, but you keep saying you'll be telecommuting, but there wasn't a computer.
What?
Normally, if you ship computers, they'll be in special boxes labeled fragile or whatever. But the only box labeled fragile had a TV in it. Are you sending it separately or something?
What? What are you talking about? There's already a computer at the house. I don't have to bring a separate one.
Was there?
Oh, I'm almost there.
Already?
I was killing time at a cafe nearby. Bye.
15 minutes later.
Hannah! What is this? Why is everything gone?
What?
There's nothing left in your room. What did you do with all this stuff?
What do you mean, what did I do? I told you I packed it all up to move to my new place.
What? Why did you take everything with you?
It's my stuff. Of course I'm gonna take it with me.
You should only take the stuff you bought with your own money, especially the computer. I'm gonna use it.
What are you talking about? I bought everything in my room with my own money. The computer too. Of course I'm gonna take it with me.
You're a liar! A freeloader like you doesn't have the money to buy a computer that expensive?
I told you I'm not a freeloader.
There's no way you can do freelance work. You're too stupid. No way you can buy a computer by yourself.
I told you I'm making about as much money as someone my age working at an office.
Liar!
If you don't believe me, just ask Mia.
Mia?
Remember? Mia works at the company store. When I got my computer for work, they didn't have anything advanced enough in the store, so I asked Mia to order me this one. She saw me buy it with my own credit card. She'll tell you that it's mine through and through. I mean, I saved up the money for the computer at my part-time job that I was working at while I was going to school because I wanted to save for my future. So, it doesn't matter how much I make now.
Whatever. Just bring back the computer. I need to use it.
No, I need it for my work.
If you're really making that much money, just buy a new one. Bring it back!
Just hold on. You want to use a computer for telework, right? I believe your company will pay for a computer so you can work from home if you need one.
No, well...
Whatever. Anyways, make sure to tell Mom that you were fired, okay?
What? What are you talking about?
I know that your company actually started teleworking 6 months ago, and that you're an okay employee, so you were selected as a member of the first team to start teleworking. But when you actually started working from home, you found out that you don't do any actual work, right? And you couldn't pay rent anymore while you were looking for a new job. So, you moved back home.
How do you know all of that?
My friend works at that company.
What? Who?
Can we stop talking about this? I get nauseous texting on the train. I don't feel so good, so see ya.
Hey, wait!
Bye. 3 months later.
Hannah, I need you to answer the phone.
What?
Your father's brother just called me. He said that I owe him 3 months back rent and I need to pay him ASAP. What is he talking about? Sean says he has no idea what he's talking about. Hannah, do you know what's going on?
What do you mean what's going on? Mom, are you not paying the rent?
Of course. Why do I have to pay rent for a house that I own?
Huh? What do you mean? That house is a rental.
What?
That house used to be owned by Dad's great uncle, so they've been renting it to us really cheap. But when you and Dad got divorced 4 years ago, you said you would not leave the house, so... They said they would let you keep living there if you paid the normal rent price.
What? Wait. So that means that until 3 months ago, the rent was being paid? There's no way your father would pay it, and Sean just started working last year. Where did that money come from?
Of course it came from me.
What?
You only work 3-4 days a week part-time, and I'm the only one who can pay it. And I told you when I moved out that I would tell great uncle that I was moving out, so to figure out how you would be paying the rent.
Wait just a second. You were making that much?
I told you I was so many times. I told you that I'm freelance graphic designer.
What? I never heard that.
I told you. You didn't believe me. Or is that you just don't listen to other people? That's the main reason you got divorced, right? And when Dad tried to talk to you about what to do about the house, you wouldn't listen to him. Kept saying that you wouldn't divorce him unless you got to keep the house. All you did was whine like a little kid. And in the end, I had to figure things out with Dad and great uncle.
Was that what happened?
I've wanted to move out for a long time. If I did that, you wouldn't be able to pay the rent, and Sean was still in school, so I had no choice but to live at home.
I see. Okay, then I need you to pay back the rent I owe and give me the money for rent from here on out.
What? Why do I need to pay the rent for a place I don't even live at?
But
You and Sean are the ones who told me to get out.
that's...
I think it's reasonable that the two people living should pay for the rent, right?
Where are you living now?
I'm not telling you. I don't want you coming here. Bye. Afterwards, when I was told to move out, I asked my dad, who lives in a different city, for advice. I cried when he told me I'd done a good job. Currently, I live alone in the same city as my dad. It seems that Mom contacted Dad to try and get back together with him, but he brushed her off and asked about her current living situation. Sean and my mom couldn't pay the rent, so they were kicked out and are currently living in a tiny one-bedroom apartment together. Sean has apparently turned into a freeloader who keeps saying, "I'm a brilliant freelancer." So my mom has started working more so she can support him. And they can't stop fighting, and it's overall an awful situation. But I don't care. They are no longer part of my life.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Erica. I have something I want to ask you. Can you talk?
Yeah, I have time. Billy is napping. What's up?
Actually, my stuff has been mysteriously disappearing recently, especially my shampoo. The shampoo that was in my shower and the extra I had under the cabinet is gone. They're all gone.
Really? What do you mean they've disappeared? Were you robbed?
You think so too? This is like the third time this has happened. At first, I thought I was imagining things, but today, 4 unopened bottles of shampoo were gone, and I thought something has to be going on.
You mean that shampoo? The shampoo you recommended the other day? The expensive one?
Yeah. My hair and scalp have always been really sensitive, so I can't use regular shampoo that they sell at the drugstore. So I have to special order it. And it's pretty expensive, and it takes a couple of days to be delivered. So I don't know what to do.
Oh, that's awful. But why are you talking to me about it? Do you think I took it?
That's not what I'm saying. I just wanted to ask if you can think of anyone suspicious. I'm asking everyone.
Oh, I see. Someone suspicious. Oh, what about her? The woman who moved here recently into that cheap apartment? The single mom? I think her name is Candace. She's only in her 30s, but she looks like she's 50. I heard she's been arrested before for sneaking into people's apartments, so she's definitely suspicious.
Candace? I heard that she got divorced because of an affair and is paying alimony. Which made her angry, so she broke into her ex-husband's apartment, right? But that's just a rumor. I don't know if it's true, and I've only heard about her. I've never even talked to her, much less invite her over.
But she could have broken in when you weren't home. I mean, she has a record. Maybe it's been happening to other people. They just don't know yet.
Broken in, huh? But even if she broke in when I wasn't home, would she really only take shampoo and other little random things and leave cash? Isn't that weird?
I don't know how a thief thinks. Maybe she thought that you would notice if cash was missing, so she took little random things. I mean, I don't know, but I really think it might be her.
Maybe I should just go to the police.
Huh? The police?
Yeah. They did only take shampoo and other small things, but it's creepy to think someone broke in. And the shampoo is special order, so it amounts to quite a bit of money. I was talking to my husband, and he thinks I should file a police report. Who knows? Maybe they can get some fingerprints.
Are you really going to make it that big of a deal? Are you sure?
Am I sure?
What if some bad rumors start flying around when the police come? People might think you committed a crime or are getting arrested. Your kid might be bullied at school with rumors like that milling around. You really should deal with this yourselves.
You really think so?
Yes. You should first talk to the other moms, and I'll try to help you any way I can.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks, Erica. 20 minutes later. Hey, James. Are you done with work? About the shampoo thing. I just asked some friends about it.
Okay, and? Was there anyone suspicious?
Well, I guess Erica's the most suspicious. Whenever she comes over, she always goes to the bathroom like 3-4 times. And she never puts her huge purse down. So I think she's pretending to go to the bathroom so she can steal the shampoo. But I can't accuse her without any proof.
Okay, then do you want to go to the police? 7 bottles of shampoo in total have disappeared, right? They're expensive. I think you've lost a couple $100. Even if Erica isn't the one taking them, we should have the police look into it.
I think so too, but if Erica really is a thief and she gets arrested, I feel so bad for her kid.
I guess that's true. I would feel bad if people started calling Billy a thief's son.
So I want to try and deal with this myself. If I can't fix it, I'll go to the police.
Okay. Then if you have an empty bottle of shampoo, will you let me have it? I'm gonna put something special in there and leave it in the storage space. You don't have to worry about it. Just don't use it.
Okay, but what are you planning on doing?
I'm just gonna set a little trap. A trap that might tell us who the thief is if it gets stolen again. I'll tell you the details once I get home. Just leave it to me, okay?
Okay, I trust you. 1 month later.
Hey, Tara! What is happening to my hair?
I knew it. I knew you were the one stealing my shampoo.
What is going on? It's different than usual.
Of course. My husband put hair removal cream in that bottle.
What? Hair removal cream?
My husband uses it for his back. He put it in a shampoo bottle. He said if we did that, we could figure out who the thief was. It was his idea.
That's awful! Why would you do something like that?
Excuse me? Why did you steal my shampoo? I told you I was looking for the thief. But you still stole 3 more bottles, didn't you?
Oh, shut up! It's your fault! Showing off your expensive shampoo like you're rich. I know you look down on me because I can't buy expensive beauty products. I hate that about you, so I took your shampoo. You're rich, right? What does it matter if you're missing 2, 3 bottles of shampoo? But no, you go screaming about a thief, even going so far as to set up a trap.
I wasn't showing it off. I really like it, so I was just recommending it. And just to let you know, I'm not rich. If I could, I would buy something more affordable. But if I use regular shampoo, I get really bad dandruff and split ends. I have no choice but to use something expensive. And it's not about losing 2, 3 bottles. Just not having 1 bottle is really damaging to me.
Whatever. I wish I had that problem. That's why I hate rich people.
I told you I'm not rich. Will you listen to me? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. What are you going to do about this? My hair is falling out. I can't go outside looking like this.
I can't do anything about that. You're the one who put hair removal cream on your head. I had nothing to do with it.
It's your fault. You switched shampoo with hair removal cream. My hair is ruined. I'm gonna get you for this. I'm gonna sue you for $100,000.
You shouldn't be so cavalier about this. I just gave a shampoo bottle to my husband, and he put hair removal cream in there so he could use it. How is that a crime? Isn't it your fault for thinking it was regular shampoo and stealing it?
No, it's all your fault. I did nothing wrong.
Do you think you can get whatever you want if you scream and threaten people? If you sincerely apologized, I was going to let this all go. But if you're gonna dig in like this, I have no choice but to go to the police. I'm going to report you.
What? The police? You're going to report me?
Yeah, I'm going to report you. Let's let the courts decide who's in the wrong. You or me. If you're taken into custody, you won't get to see your son for a while. But be strong.
No, wait!
To have your own mother be arrested. Feel bad for your son. Might be cast aside too. I didn't want that to happen, so I tried to do this without involving the police. But if this is how you're going to be, I don't really have a choice. I'm going to the police tomorrow.
Wait, you just wait a second! I mean, please, wait!
What?
Please don't go to the police! My son has nothing to do with this!
I know your son isn't involved, but I can't control what everyone else thinks once you're arrested. It pains me, but it's out of my control.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'll give you back everything I took. I'll pay you back for the stuff I used. I'll go to your house to apologize. So please, don't go to the police.
Do you mean it?
I promise.
Okay. Then, can you come over tomorrow night? When my husband is here? Of course, your husband will be coming too, right? If you don't, you know what I'll do.
Okay, I understand.
Afterwards, the next night, Erica came over as promised with her husband. They both apologized to me. And afterwards, Erica gave me back my unopened shampoo, money for what she already used, and some more money for all the trouble she put me through. She also gave back some jewelry and other small things she had stolen. And it was decided that, number 1, Erica was never allowed to come to my home again. But our kids are close, so we'll pretend to be friends. And number 2, if she does this again, I will go to the police right away. Erica wore a wig until her hair grew back. And while she's distant towards me, she's still around. I told the other moms that my shampoo disappearing was all a misunderstanding, but I guess everybody kind of knew what was going on. And now everyone avoids Erica. It just goes to show that if you steal from people, karma's gonna get you. This incident made me realize I was too trusting. So, I decided to lock away all of valuables.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Maya, can you talk? I need to ask you something.
You need to ask me something? Me? What's gotten into you?
Why? Why can't I ask you something? A mother wants to ask her daughter something sometimes.
Maybe if we were a normal family, but I don't remember you ever treating me like I was your daughter. You've only ever liked beautiful Rebecca, always spoiling her. You never took care of me and kicked me out as soon as I graduated high school. Why wouldn't I be apprehensive when all of a sudden you tell me you want to ask me something? And especially when you want to talk the day after I introduce my fiancé to you guys. What are you planning?
You've always had such an ugly personality. Fine, I'll be direct. You need to let your younger sister marry your fiancé.
What?
Yesterday, you came by the house to introduce us to your fiancé, yes? His name was Ryan, I think. It was love at first sight for Rebecca. She's saying that she's going to marry Ryan. So you need to break off your engagement. You're the older sister, so you need to let your younger sister have him.
What? What are you saying? I need to let her have him? Ryan's not a toy. He's not an object I can just give to someone else. Are you crazy?
But Rebecca says she wants Ryan. Your father and I think that rather than Rebecca marrying someone we don't know, that we would feel much better if she married someone we know is marriage material.
That's not the issue here. Don't be ridiculous. Why do you want to take everything away from me? Like my toys and clothes and even my birthday presents. Rebecca has always been given all of my belongings, and I've been told to just deal with it. Now you want me to give her my fiancé? I've had enough of this. Ryan is my fiancé. I'm not giving him to Rebecca.
What are you getting all upset about? He's still marrying someone in our family. And rather than marrying you, whose face and personality are average and boring, I'm sure he'd want to marry your younger sister, who's smart and beautiful and caring.
Do you have no regard for other people's feelings?
I hear what you're saying, but it's already been decided. Your relatives and I got together last night and talked about it. And we decided that you and Ryan would be breaking off your engagement and Ryan would be marrying Rebecca. He'll be taking our last name and you'll be marrying your cousin Evan instead.
What? Why are you deciding who I'll be marrying? Can you not try to control who I'm marrying? And isn't my cousin Evan that 50-year-old who quit his job and is a deadbeat now? Telling me to marry him is the same as telling me that I need to be his caretaker and provide for him financially. No, that is not going to happen.
Come on, don't be selfish. It's already been decided. So just stop fighting it and let Rebecca have Ryan. And you marry Evan instead.
Who's really being selfish here? You really think you can tell me all this and I would say, okay, mother, I will never give you Ryan.
Do you really think it's okay for you to talk to me like this? I think you'll regret acting this way.
What? What are you saying?
You just wait. I will make sure the two of you break up.
Hello? Is this Maya's mother, Sharon? This is Maya's fiance, Ryan. I'm texting you from Maya's phone.
Oh, hello. Is this Ryan? Thank you so much for reaching out. Have you decided to marry Rebecca?
Please cut the crap. I have no intentions of ever breaking up with Maya. Nor do I have any plans of marrying Rebecca.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you're saying this. Rebecca is so much kinder than Maya. You know, you'll be so much happier if you marry Rebecca, right?
Please don't think you know what makes me happy. Who do you think you are? And personally, I think that Maya is so much more attractive than Rebecca. Rebecca is so vulgar and impolite. She can't even begin to compare to Maya.
What are you talking about? If you would just meet Rebecca, I know you'll see how wonderful she is.
I can see we're getting nowhere with this. So let me be direct. The reason I'm texting you from Maya's phone today is to talk to you about you and your family prank calling Maya.
Prank calling? What are you talking about?
Playing dumb won't get you out of this. I know that you and your relatives have been calling Maya's cell and her work over and over and saying quit your job or break off your engagement. And some days you've been calling over 100 times. And you've gratified Maya's apartment with the same message and thrown raw eggs at her apartment. You've also been stalking me. Rebecca's been sending me lewd photos with messages telling me how great she is. I want to talk to you today about all this.
We would never prank call or stalk anyone. All we're doing is showing Maya how selfish she's being, because she won't give you to Rebecca. So, I'm having all of my relatives help. And the pictures of Rebecca we sent you was just because we want you to get to know Rebecca better. And now that you know how beautiful she is, I know you'll change your mind.
Actually, it creeped me out so much I hate her even though I've never talked to her. Everything you've done and are doing is extremely troublesome. Do you have any intentions of stopping?
Of course we won't stop. We'll keep doing it until you marry Rebecca and Maya marries her cousin. I need to teach Maya that she can't be selfish.
I see. Okay, then we'll be suing all of you.
What?
You and your relatives have been calling Maya over 100 times, telling her to break up with her fiancé, and leaving the same message in her mailbox and writing it on her door in permanent marker, and pounding on her doors and walls and throwing raw eggs at her apartment. All this has caused Maya great emotional distress. So we'll be seeing you in court.
What? Court? Just for calling someone?
Because of you and your relatives, Maya's been hurt deeply. This isn't about just making some phone calls and about your graffiti. That's property damage. So her landlord has filed a victim report.
A victim report? He went to the police?
Of course he did. Even though he wrote on Maya's apartment, the landlord is the one who owns that apartment. Throwing raw eggs and writing on someone else's property is property damage through and through. We have security camera footage of you writing on her door, so you can't talk your way out of this one.
What?
And you and your relatives all called Maya's place of work. You told him to fire Maya and spread bad rumors about her. There are hundreds of prank calls and silent calls. This is an obstruction of business. So we'll be suing you for that too. And about you stalking me and ambushing me and sending me lewd photos and letters, I'll be suing you for stalking me.
Just wait a second. I can't believe you're trying to make all these charges against me. Are you planning on making your new fiancé a criminal?
Who are you referring to when you say new fiancé? My fiancé is and has always been Maya. I have nothing to do with a stalker named Rebecca.
What? Are you calling Rebecca a stalker?
Isn't that what she is? Sending me disgusting photos? And you said that this is a family problem. But what you did is still a crime. And you can be sued for it. Depending on what Maya wants, we can also have you detained.
Detained? I'm going to be arrested? We're going to be arrested?
Yes. About the property damage and obstruction of business, the victim in those cases isn't Maya but is her landlord and her company. So it falls outside of the scope of family problems. Her place of business and her landlord have no relation to you. You all may have thought that you were attacking Maya, but the victims are actually complete strangers.
No, that may be, but…
You're stalking me, it's the same. I still haven't legally married Maya, so we're complete strangers. I will be in charge of proceeding with the matters I've discussed with you today. You'll be served soon.
What? Wait a second. What do you mean you'll be in charge? What do you mean?
It's quite simple. I'm a lawyer.
What? A lawyer?
Yes, I represent Maya's company. And I've been hired by Maya and her landlord as well. I will be in charge of suing all of you. I'll be contacting you about all the charges formally tomorrow, so please stand by for that.
Wait, please wait, you have it all wrong. I don't have anything to do with this.
What do you mean you have nothing to do with this? You're the main perpetrator here.
I only did the things I did because I was ordered to. It was my husband's brother and his wife that said we should prank call Maya and her company. They said they wanted Maya to quit her job so she could take care of their son, Evan. My sister-in-law and all my other relatives were so keen on this plan, I couldn't go against them. All I did was make 1 or 2 calls like I was ordered to. I haven't done anything else. And it was Rebecca who sent you all those photos of herself. And it was my husband who wanted Rebecca to marry you in the first place. I didn't do any of this. So I have nothing to do with this.
You say you only made 1 or 2 calls, but about 25% of the calls made to Maya and her company were from you. How do you plan on explaining that?
Huh? How do you know that?
You want to know how I know that? Because as soon as Maya realized she was receiving prank calls from you, she recorded every phone call and wrote down who called at what time. So don't think you can lie your way out of this.
You have it all wrong. I only did this so everyone could be happy.
It's obvious Maya is not included in everyone. You're all awful people.
But, if we're convicted, it'll be bad for Maya. Are you okay with Maya being called a criminal's daughter?
I've already received Maya's go-ahead with all of this. She doesn't care what people around her think. And if anyone does, she can just tell them the whole story. We'll make sure they know that Maya did nothing wrong, so please don't worry. The only people going to hell will be you guys.
I can't believe this.
Next time I'll be speaking to you, it'll be in court. I'll make sure you all pay for this.
A few days later, Ryan sued my mom and all of my relatives who were involved. Because of all the evidence, we won our case easily. We sent my parents, my younger sister, my cousins, and his parents to jail. And my other 8 relatives were put on probation and had to pay a settlement. Now that my family and relatives have a record, everyone talked about them behind their backs. And they divorced each other, or moved far away, and are all living apart now. I guess it can't be helped since they did it all to make their precious daughter happy. For a while, this all had me really down. But after we won the trial, I started to slowly recover, and now I'm completely better. I married Ryan 1 year later, and we're really happy together.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Kara, want to get home today? I need to talk to you. Can you make some time?
Huh? Today? No. I'm about to go on a trip.
What? A trip right now?
Yeah, for 3 nights and 4 days. I'm going to a spa with my friend.
Wait a second, you didn't tell me any of this.
Why do I have to tell you? It's not like I need your permission. Aren't I allowed to do what I want?
No, of course you should do what you want, but you could at least tell me that you won't be home for 4 days.
What? Is that an order?
No, I'm not ordering you to, I'm just asking you to. I have stuff to do, so if you suddenly go on a trip, I have to reschedule some things, Kara. And if you suddenly didn't come home, I would be worried. We're husband and wife, after all.
What? So if I'm married to you, I can't even go on a trip whenever I want? You really have that much of a problem with everything I do? Do you want to divorce me?
Oh, why are you bringing up divorce again? Why does it have to be this way? Did I say anything about getting a divorce? If you're going on a trip, at least tell me you're going the day before you leave. That's all I'm asking.
Fine. Then let's get a divorce. You're so jealous, I can't handle it anymore. I'm fed up with you. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table. Why don't you file them, if you have the guts?
Kara, can you not do this anymore? How many times is this? This is the 29th time this month you've threatened me with divorce. And today makes it 30. Why do you always run to divorce?
What? You still don't get it? Because you don't do what I tell you to do. I told you so many times.
I don't really get what you mean by that. Why are you so upset? Are you mad that I asked you to tell me when you go on a trip? That I complain that you don't do any housework even though you don't work? That I told you not to use my savings and our joint savings on frivolous things?
Everything! All of it! You're always so high and mighty, telling me not to do this or that. I don't like you acting like as the man you own me.
I don't think that's what I'm doing. Did I say something wrong? I was trying to speak to you as my equal in this marriage.
What? You think you're my equal? Don't be stupid. I'm the daughter of the CEO of the gigantic candy corporation, understand? And you're just the grandson of a tiny company. But because Daddy asked me to have an arranged marriage with you, I married you, even though I didn't want to.
I get that, but...
See? You're trying to tell me what to do again. All you need to do is say yes when I tell you to do something. Do you understand what would happen to you if I divorced you? I will crush your grandfather's company. My daddy loves me more than anything in the world. If you make his daughter a divorcee, he would be so mad. If that happens, you would be unemployed and penniless. Do you get it now?
If I divorce his daughter, he might get mad, but that's...
Oh, God. Just shut up. Stop saying but, and I'm just... You just need to shut up. Make me money and do the housework. Everything I do is perfect. Everything I say goes. So stop complaining. I am the queen, and you are the servant. Don't disobey me. Understand?
Okay, I get what you're saying. You wanted a servant and not a husband, right? A servant who does whatever you say and makes money and takes care of you.
Now you get it. So don't ever tell me to do something again.
I won't. I won't ever complain or ask you to do something ever again.
I knew you would eventually understand. Okay, I'm leaving now. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table so you can look at it while I'm gone and think about what you've done. Bye. Hey Mark, I'm almost at the station, so come get me. I'll be there in about an hour, so you better not make me wait.
Oh, sorry, I can't come pick you up.
What? You can't come? Are you disobeying me again?
No, I'm not disobeying you. Since you went on a trip, I decided to take a trip too. And I'm away on a trip.
What? You went on a trip without asking me? Without telling me?
So, you can go on a trip without telling me, but I can't?
Don't talk back to me. Just come get me. Which do you think is more important, your trip or you picking me up? I told you if you don't do what I say, I'll divorce you.
Sorry, but I'm about to speak with detectives about their investigation into you cheating on me.
What? An investigation?
That's right. I know you've been cheating on me since last year. I asked a private eye to look into it. And they're about to tell me their findings.
What? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember? The day you left for your trip, I told you I needed to talk to you about something. I was really hoping to show you all the evidence from the detective, but you left on a trip, so I'm having them tell me now.
What are you talking about? I'm not cheating on you. Can you stop saying such ridiculous things?
I already know everything. I have all the proof. Documents, pictures, voice recordings, even videos. I know that you went on a trip with your lover, and I know who your lover is. Henry Jones, 38 years old. So, he's living away from his family because of a work transfer. And he's working at a big tech company. He's making $200,000. That's impressive. And he has a wife and kids. 2 kids, one in middle school and one in grade school. And they're both in very famous elite private schools. I wonder how much you'll have to pay in child support. If you think about alimony and splitting assets, it might be more than his salary, huh?
Huh? What?
By the way, I also know how often you've been seeing him. 215 times so far this year. You've been seeing him almost every day for 6 months. It's actually impressive. Thanks to you, I have a lot of proof. At this house, at a hotel, inside his car, even outside. Dang, you guys do it everywhere. Don't you get embarrassed?
Just stop. Since you already know everything, I don't care anymore. It's true. I'm cheating on you, but I haven't done anything wrong.
Are you serious?
This all happened because I had to marry someone like you. I should at least be allowed to see the man I really love. Because of me, your company is in the black, right? Then I fulfilled my duties as a wife. Just let me do what I want.
You really don't make any sense to me. You've done nothing that a wife should do. You don't work. You don't do things around the house. All you do is do whatever you want and spend all of our money. And cheat on me. If this is how it's gonna be, it really would be better if you weren't around.
Fine. Then, do you really want to get a divorce? If you don't like what I do, then I'm okay filing for divorce, you know. The one that'll be in trouble is you. If you leave me, your company will be ruined. So divorce me if you can. I don't think you have the guts, though.
I see. I'll pass that message along to your father. He's right next to me.
What? Daddy's there.
I told you the detectives are here to tell me their findings. I never told you I was the only one they were telling. I'm currently at somewhere special for my trip. Do you understand what that means?
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm at your parents' house with your mom and dad and your brother and his wife. And my parents and a lawyer are here too. We're all looking at the detectives' findings together.
What? Huh? What?
Everyone has all the information about Henry Jones and all your texts with him. And a bunch of pictures and footage from my car's camera. And I'm showing everyone this conversation we're having now. And there's some embarrassing photos of you with Henry on your TV. To be honest, it's all a bit much.
Why are you showing Daddy and Mommy? If you do that, we're going to have to file for a divorce. Do you understand that? If we get divorced, your company will be ruined.
If I divorce you, my company will be ruined? Don't be stupid.
What?
You've made a terrible misunderstanding. If we get divorced, the one who'll be in trouble isn't me, it's your father.
What?
We may be a small company, but we have a certain pattern. And thanks to that, we're making huge profits. A lot of companies want to work with us. Your father's company, Gigantic Candy Corporation, wanted you and me, the grandson of our company, to get married. So they could get in good with us and do business together.
Wait, so... you didn't marry me so Daddy's companies could take care of your company?
Quite the opposite. Your father had you marry me so he could get in good with that company. So what he's saying is just plain wrong.
I can't believe this.
Since I married you, Gigantic Candy Corporation did work hard for us, and we did make quite a bit of money. But being your servant isn't worth it. My grandparents and parents are okay with me leaving you too. So there's no problem with us getting divorced. Let's get divorced, just like you wanted. And I have the divorce papers you left me right here. The detective has given me all the proof I need, so I'll go submit it right now.
What? Wait! Don't file the papers!
Why? It's what you've wanted. You've been saying you want to get divorced for a long time now. You've been saying, I'll divorce you anytime I try to talk to you about something.
I didn't mean it. I didn't know the real reason we got married. So please, just wait a second.
No, I'm not going to listen to anything more you say. I'm not your servant. Oh, and your brother says he's coming to pick you up. I think your house is going to be a little crazy for a couple of days. I'm going to go home and get your things together.
Just wait! I don't want to get a divorce! I'm sorry! I was wrong! I'll apologize! So please reconsider.
I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to complain or tell you what to do anymore. You can do whatever you want from now on, but you will take responsibility for your actions. Goodbye, Cara. I immediately left my in-laws' house and filed for divorce. I went home with my parents and we packed up Cara's things. We mailed everything off to her parents' house. Cara's brother brought Cara and Henry at the station and made them both go to their parents' house. They both got in a lot of trouble. A few days later, Cara said she wanted to talk, so me, Cara, Cara's parents, Henry and his family, and a lawyer got together. Cara and her parents begged me to reconsider, and Henry begged his wife not to leave him. I went through the divorce, and Henry's wife divorced him with him paying alimony and child support. My company's still doing business with a gigantic candy corporation, but we're not giving them any more special treatment. Later, Cara was kicked out of her parents' house and told to work at her father's subsidiary company. She's doing menial work and making money so she can get by. I'm sure it's just awful for her to be demoted from a queen to a little errand girl, but I guess it's the perfect ending for someone who thought she was better than everyone else and tried to control people with threats.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Phoebe, it's about time you start listening to me. If you don't start working, I'll be moving in with you and my son. If you don't stop lazing around and getting a job, I won't move in with you. But you can start sending me $750 a month to look after me. I'm not getting any younger, you know. If you don't promise me one way or another, I'll see to it that your wedding to my son Kevin next month gets cancelled. You hear me? Cancelled. So what's it going to be, young lady?
Ugh, are you really harping on about this again? I made this clear before, but it didn't seem to go in. So allow me to repeat myself. You have no right to cancel my wedding. As for sending you money, I've discussed the matter at length with Kevin, and he says I don't have to.
Fine, I'll move in with you both then.
No, you won't. I'm still working just like always.
Huh? I thought you'd been at home this whole time since you got engaged 3 months ago. Basically, you're using the wedding as an opportunity to become a stay-at-home housewife so you never have to work again. You lazy daughter of a garbage man. Don't think you can lie to me, young lady. Your house is a 3-minute walk from mine, so it's very easy for me to check whether you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes.
No, I explained this to you before the engagement too, but once again, it seems like it was in one ear and out the other. I'm a freelancer, which means I can work wherever I like. From home, in a cafe, in a restaurant. I've never had to go into any kind of office, so you wouldn't necessarily see me leave the house. I do sometimes to go meet up with clients from time to time, but the same still applies.
I see. So you're doing perfectly fine for money then, are you? In that case, you're to start sending me $750 a month like I asked. Forget what Kevin says. I'm your mother-in-law, and it's your job as a wife to do as I tell you. My word is final.
Forgive me, I have an online meeting starting soon.
Huh? An online meeting? What's that?
Goodbye.
How dare you ignore the requests of your mother-in-law? It's looking more and more likely that you're going to turn out to be a problem bride. You're going to have to do something about this attitude of yours if you're going to marry my son. This just won't do.
A few moments later.
Kevin, listen, son. I need to talk to you about something very important. It's about Phoebe. Are you sure she's really the woman you want to marry? You only get to do this once. Are you sure you've really thought it through?
Huh? Mom? Why are you asking me that all of a sudden? Obviously I've thought it through. We're engaged. I love her and want to spend my life with her. Why can't you just be happy for me and accept that?
I'm just worried you might be making the wrong decision, that's all. What kind of mother would I be if I didn't worry about you, Kevin? Even if it comes to divorce, I want you to know that I'll always be here to help you find a more suitable wife. Never forget that, honey. Please, won't you just rethink things one last time? Do it for me? It would fill my old heart with joy if you canceled the engagement, son.
Wow, you have got to be freaking joking me. Who actually says that to their own son? No way. Wait a sec. You're not bullying my fiancé, are you? Have you said anything to her?
Huh?
Dad and I have warned you countless times by now, but I know how stubborn you can be. You seem convinced she's bad news despite the fact you've barely even spoken to her. Why can't you just give her a chance? In any case, you need to stop acting like this. You better not be saying any of this to her, because that's bullying, plain and simple. I'll never forgive you if I find out you have. And really, Mom, is this the kind of person you want to be?
What are you talking about? The person I wanna be? No, Kevin, you're the one who needs to know what kind of person Phoebe is. You need to stop lying to yourself and accept her true colors. If you have until next month's wedding to back out of this, so how about you try and considering yours and this family's reputation for a change and do the right thing? That girl has a black heart. I want you to start paying attention to the way she behaves, the way she spends money, and what she does on a day-to-day basis. You'll be amazed by what you notice if you stop burying your head in the sand.
I see. Sorry, Mom. I have to get back to work now. Catch you later.
2 days before the wedding.
Phoebe, are you cheating on my son? I saw you the day before yesterday. That was no way that was a regular shopping trip with you dressed in that suit.
You're right, it wasn't a shopping trip. I had an in-person meeting with a long-term client who's been giving me work since before I can remember. So, naturally, I wanted to look the part, which is why I wore my suit.
Aha, I've gotcha. You said you worked from home, caught in a lie. So you're having an affair with your client?
No! He asked me to meet him at his company office, so business wear was the obvious choice, which is why I went in my suit. Pajamas would have been a little rude, don't you think? Anyway, the point is that it was just a work meeting and nothing more.
But it is the truth. I wonder.
It's the truth. I have another work meeting to attend soon, so if you'll forgive me.
If you're telling the truth, you won't mind proving it, will you? Go on, I'll wait. If you can prove it, I'll believe you, and me and you can forget this ever happened.
10 minutes later.
Well, would you look at that? The fact you still haven't provided me with any proof of this work meeting of yours means you must be cheating on my son, you filthy harlot! I'm having the wedding cancelled, you hear me? Cancelled! I suppose I'd better deliver Kevin the news too. Oh dear, this is gonna crush him. I hope you're proud of yourself, woman. It's a shame I have to do this right before the wedding, but at least we finally got to see your true colors. Phew, talk about dodging a bullet. Kevin, I have proof Phoebe's cheating on you. You have to cancel the wedding this weekend. Be a darling and call it off as soon as you get this, won't you? They could charge you extra if you leave it too long. I can't believe it. Talk about cutting it close. You were days away from making the worst decision of your life. I'm just so pleased I found out. Even if it was days before the wedding, I know it's gonna be hard on you canceling everything you had planned, but it's better this way. At least now you can take her to court for compensation. That should go some way to ease the burden. Ah, yes, that reminds me. What with the wedding been cancelled now? You won't have any plans this weekend, will you? I think we should go on a holiday to celebrate. How does California sound? I've always wanted to try hot springs there. I hope we're able to find somewhere to stay at such short notice. Don't worry, of course I'll book yours and your dad's spots too. How long has it been since we all went on a family holiday together? Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be great.
The morning of the day of the wedding.
Kevin, haven't you arrived at the inn I booked yet? We've had the reservation since yesterday, so I'm worried about you, honey. Why aren't you responding to my texts or answering my calls? The view from the open-air jacuzzi attached to our room is to die for. This place is incredible. I feel like a queen. Ah, there you are. You had me worried sick, young man. What time will you be getting here?
You're free to enjoy the Californian hot springs by yourself.
Huh? What?
I'm in the middle of my wedding right now.
What?
The service at the church just drew to a close, which means we're officially married. We're just about to head to the banquet.
Wait, what? Are you telling me you didn't cancel it like I told you?
Obviously not. I had no reason to do that.
But I told you about Phoebe's affair. Oh God, did you forgive her?
Affair? You mean that thing about seeing her out in town wearing a suit?
That's right. She tried to pull the wool over our eyes by playing it off as some kind of work meeting, but she was meeting up with her lover. I just know it.
I was with her at that work meeting.
What? You were?
I told you before that we originally met through me being one of her regular clients, right? I'd offer her translation work, which she, being a freelance translator, would accept. Well, my company had a fresh project for her, so it only made sense that I tag along for the meeting to ensure she was fully up to speed on, and understood, the project specifications. Surely you're not going to carry on clinging to this insane affair theory when her own husband is giving her an alibi. Can we just put this to bed already?
What the? But I was certain.
If you're so against our wedding that you go to such ridiculous lengths to try and stop it from going ahead, I'm actually glad you're not here. I have no interest in forcing you to celebrate something you don't feel you can support.
But Kevin!
The banquet's about to start now, and hot damn, the pizza looks delicious. So if you'll kindly excuse me.
After the banquet.
Phew! Thank goodness I made it. I wasn't able to have your wedding canceled due to the affair in the end. But when I realized there was one more reason it shouldn't go ahead, I'm so pleased I got on the first flight home to crash it. I've got you all figured out, Phoebe. The only reason you're interested in marrying my son Kevin is because you're after his huge salary, isn't it? The jig is up, young lady. I can read you like a book, so you may as well just admit it and make this easier on yourself. Thank God I made it in time to get to the banquet hall and get up on stage to grab the mic off the host and tell the whole world your true intentions. Everyone sees your true colors now, and we're all disgusted with you. Disgusted.
Listen, Wilma. What exactly gave you the idea that the only reason I'm with your son is because I'm after his money?
You told me you work from home. I made it very clear that if you were working, you had a duty to send me $750 every month to help with my living costs. The fact that you kept stubbornly refusing made it as plain as day that you were poor. Even if you have a job, I only had to put 2 and 2 together to realize you had your sights on my poor son's wallet. You can't deny it now. I know everything, and there's nothing I can figure out, because I'm smart, very smart. This was my last chance to save my son's future before any hope he had at happiness was destroyed forever. I did what I had to do and exposed your true colors to the world at your wedding banquet. You hate me, but if you search deep in your heart, you'll know this is what's best for Kevin. I might have been thrown out by security, but I did what I came to do. So what happened after that? Surely the wedding got called off when everyone heard what you're really like.
I see. You're right, I'm pleased. With this, we can finally divorce now. Thanks for giving me a concrete reason to go through with the divorce. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Huh? Putting on a bold font, are we?
No, that's what your husband just told me to tell you. He stood right next to me.
Huh? My husband? What?
We finished the banquet as planned after you left. The food was delicious and everyone had a great time. Your little interruption actually made it more memorable in a sense. Me and Kevin have no intention of divorcing.
No, you have to be joking me.
A few days later.
Why am I the one getting divorced here? Kevin, how could you stand by and watch while this happens to your poor mother? You're horrible. I've been telling you how awful that girl Phoebe is for what feels like forever now, but you never listened to me, not even once. Is this what I get for giving birth to you, for raising you?
Your accusations were all nonsense, just like everything else you said about my wife.
Nonsense?
I've already explained why this supposed affair is a load of rubbish. So I'm not going to go out of my way to explain it again if you don't understand by now. But the idea that she only married me simply because she wants my money is pure fantasy, plain and simple. It's honestly the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my whole life.
Which part is fantasy?
Phoebe makes $150,000 a year.
$150K?
Basically, she brings in 4 times as much money as me.
4 times?
I won't go into too much detail, because she probably wouldn't want me revealing her private work details. But she's one of the top performers in the translation industry, and is hugely popular with a lot of very influential people. To put it simply, she's the best at what she does.
If she's that rich, why did she always refuse to send me money?
You were already in the wrong at the point you decided to beg my wife for money.
What?
I mean, seriously, who pesters their son's wife for money? Who actually does that? Have you no shame? Let's face it, the only reason you were so intent on her being the devil and so committed to destroying her reputation is because she had the guts to say no to your absurd demands.
But...
No buts! I'm cutting you out of my life once and for all!
What? No, please!
To tell you the truth, we already moved house.
You moved house? Where to? Tell me your address at once. This can't be happening. Please, son, don't do this to your poor aged old mother. I can't get by without you. Won't you reconsider? Besides, did you only just move right before the wedding? It was only a 3-minute walk from my house. The location was perfect. It's barely been half a year since you moved in. Why would you leave already?
That was just an apartment Phoebe had been renting since before we met. I was only staying there with her temporarily until we found somewhere new to start our married life in.
Oh my goodness.
It was only down to a coincidence that she happened to have an apartment near your house in the first place. Funnily enough, It was actually where we got onto the topic of how close together our houses were, after linking up for a work meeting one day, that we started discussing our private lives and grew closer.
But I only started seeing her around town around the time you two got engaged.
That's probably just because you didn't know her before then. You were hardly going to recognize a stranger, were you? I bet you walked past each other dozens of times. It was the same for me, too.
Really? Could it be?
Looks like we went off topic. To get back to the point, I'm cutting you out of my life forever, Mom! I'm not going to tell you where we live, and I'll be taking every last possible measure to ensure you never find our address.
Wait, please! Your father seems ready to divorce me, Kevin. I can't bear to lose you too. Please, don't do this to your poor aged mother.
It's not that Dad seems ready to divorce you. He absolutely, beyond any shadow of a doubt, is going to divorce you. With 100% certainty. He literally could not be more committed to getting rid of you. It's not for me to get involved in that, so just make sure you do what his lawyer says.
Kevin!
If you'll excuse me, Phoebe and I are going out for a meal.
Wait, no! Please, don't leave me, son! I'm begging you!
I'm blocking you.
Later on, apparently my mother-in-law had always been prone to making preposterous misunderstandings. You might be wondering why her husband would marry someone like that in the first place, but Kevin said she'd always made lighthearted, self-deprecating remarks about her crazy side, which probably caused him to drop his guard. To everyone's surprise, she actually admitted fault after the divorce had been finalized. "I'm sorry I've caused you so many problems." So with that, Wilma was officially a divorcee. She'd been a stay-at-home housewife until then, which meant things got a heck of a lot tougher for her after being abandoned by her husband and son. Now she had to support herself. She burned through the alimony money she got in the divorce in a heartbeat, and before long was staying with her little brother and his wife as their live-in parasite. Within a week, she started bullying his wife, but her little brother found out almost immediately, and with that, she was back out on the streets. Due to her total lack of work history, the best job she could find was in a supermarket, and her salary is about as low as it could possibly be. Last I heard, she was living in a store cupboard at work. Something tells me that personality of hers is gonna see to it that she remains lonely and isolated until long after she retires.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.